Good morning, Super Readers! Thank you for joining us in our Valley PBS classroom. I'm Mrs. Nix.
I'm Mrs. Hammock.
And I'm Mrs. Vang.
This is a place for us to learn, practice, and
Grow our brains
to become even stronger readers, writers, and thinkers. So let's get started with some of the, warming up our brains with some of that
Ear training
called
Daily Phonemic Awareness.
All right, Super Readers, today we're going to do a little bit of substitution. Remember, that's where we're swapping out our sounds, so you need to turn up those listening ears.
Turn them up.
All right.
Look what I found.
Mrs. Bing, this is something different.
Because you know why? This reminded me of a whiteboard, and a lot of teachers have whiteboards in the classroom, and so I thought, let's show them another way with like a whiteboard with like Post-it notes instead of like the little dots and the pocket chart.
That's a great
Super
idea.
easy. This is something you could even do at home too, just having little cards out. Okay, well, let's do it. So, help me, tell me how many sounds we hear in the word. Let me start with my first word is right. How many sounds do we hear?
Okay.
All right. I, t. Did you get 3?
Yep, I got 3.
Right.
Right.
What if I change the I to O? What's my new word?
Oat. Wrote. Wrote.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. So let's do another one. How about the word gnaw?
Gnaw.
Gnaw.
Okay.
How many sounds?
Ah.
Ah.
2.
Did you guys get 2?
Yep.
Okay. What if I change the ah to ooh? What's my new word?
Ooh. Oh, new.
Great job. All right, last one today. How about the word night? Help me figure out how many sounds.
Okay. I.
Night. Okay. What if I change the I to O?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oat. Note.
Excellent job. This was a great idea. Thanks for sharing that with us, Mrs. Bang. All right. So, something you can practice at home is just substituting out some of those different sounds, right? Okay. And
Guess what else I found?
I think it's time for us to do a little dance.
I found our
roses.
Yay.
We did find them. Thank
you.
All right. So you can join us, and just if you don't have a rose, you can always
Just pretend.
just pretend. All right.
A rose is nice, a rose is sweet, it's the loveliest flower that you will meet. But here is a warning and a word to the wise, be careful or you're in for a sharp surprise. A rose can make a beautiful bouquet. A rose can brighten up anyone's day. Now, I don't want to grumble and I don't want to crash, but a rose can make you say ouch!
I love that.
Oh, I love that too. That is a fun one.
It is an excellent one.
All right, well, it's time for us to work a little more on our ghost letters. So we're gonna head over here and I'll see you later.
All right, we'll see you.
Okay. All right, Super Readers. We are continuing our practice with our ghost letters. Now, remember, it's just a fun way to help us remember that there are some silent letters in some of our spelling patterns. So when we look at our nest card, we have the KN, and the K is our ghost. We pretend we don't see it so that we only say the N sound. We also have the GN, And the G is our ghost because we pretend it's not there and we say the N. Then on our rose card, we have the WR. The W is our silent letter. That's where we pretend we don't see it. And we just say the R sound. R. Are you ready? All right, let's have our friends come and help us. We're gonna blend and then we'll do some building. It'll be fun. Hey guys, are you ready to help?
Woo, yes.
We're ready.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, I have some new words for us to blend, but we're still working with our ghost patterns, so I need your help, okay?
Okay.
Before we work on blending some words though, let's review our ghost patterns so that we just kind of get them extra practiced in our brain.
Okay.
All right, I'll say it and then you say it after me. Okay, here we go. KN says N.
KN says
Good. GN says N.
GN says
Good. And WR says R.
WR says
R.
Very good. All right, so let's start with the KN ghost spelling pattern, that silent K, which is kind of why it looks see-through here. And I'm going to put my ghost on top of it just to help us remember. And now let's see if we can read this word together. You ready? Oh. Known.
Ooh, she should have known.
Very nice.
But Mrs. Hammock,
Yes?
guess what? In my brain first went, own, and I went, nah, oh, that doesn't make sense, and that changed it to own, because I remember
Good.
that old Debbie can make different sounds.
Yes, it can make different sounds, and that is why we have to be super readers and try it out. And when we're sounding out words or blending them, it's not a bad idea to try other sounds if you're not sure which sound to make.
I did it so fast in my brain.
Yes.
And then it didn't make sense, and then I changed it.
That's because you are getting to know those sounds automatic. And your brain, once you become a really strong super reader, your brain does those calculations automatically. And that's why we practice, so that we get faster and faster. Our brain speeds up and knows how to make those sounds correctly when we see those patterns. That's one of the reasons we practice spelling patterns. It helps us read and write. All right, let's try this word. Now, this is an interesting word. We're going to talk about it when we're done reading it. You ready? All right, we have the GN pattern, so I'm going to put my ghost on top of the G, and let's read it. Ooh. New. Now, is this the kind of new, like I have new shoes? No, it isn't. It's a word that we don't see often. We also don't read it very often or write it very often. But do either of you know what that is?
Mrs. Hammock?
Yes.
So I have a friend. He keeps saying he's a new, and I just thought it's just because he was just born. He was new. So could he be a type of animal?
It is a type of animal. Great thinking, Ricky. A new is probably better known to all of you as a wildebeest.
He's a big animal.
Yeah.
Kind of like a cow.
It is a little like a cow.
Like a skinny cow.
Yes, and new is kind of a nickname for a wildebeest. And I know our super readers know what those are because I'm sure most of them have seen movies with lions and...
The Lion King.
That's right.
That's where you see the
So
wildebeest.
that is what a new is. Maybe you might want to write a story about one later.
Oh, I'm gonna go tell my friend that I now know he wasn't just talking about being born because I thought he was new, but that's the type of animal he is.
He was trying to stretch your brain and make it grow. Let's read this WR pattern, and the W is our ghost letter. That means it's silent. Let's read it. Ready, go. Rap. All right. Now, this type of rap is when we're talking about
Oh, like a present.
Yes,
And
we
you're
could
going to wrap your present.
wrap a gift. Very nicely done. All right, today we are going to focus on one of our ghost letter patterns, and we're going to focus today on the WR says R, and that W is the ghost. That means it's silent. It doesn't make any sound. And I was hoping you could help me build the word let me think about this. How about wrist? Wrist, like this is my wrist. What would I do?
Wrist. Oh, I think I've got it.
Okay.
Okay, so is there, W-R.
Yes.
I is a I.
Yes, it is.
Is
Excuse me.
st. So we need a S, and then my most favorite letter is a T.
You are right. There's that ending blend, isn't it? S-T and T. Here we go. Wrist. Wrist. Nicely done. Okay. What if I want to change wrist to right? What would I need to do to make it say right? Like I write a letter to my friend.
Well, I don't hear this. We can take out this. I hear
good listening.
at the end, and guess that I says I, not I. So I'm thinking there's a silent E at the end.
Yes, good thinking. Good using your skills. And you know what else, Ricky, that I loved that you did? You said, I don't hear a S. You're just practicing the phonemic awareness skills, right? You're listening for sounds. That's why phonemic awareness is so important. It helps us to listen for sounds when we're building words or writing. And this word says right. Fantastic. All right, but what if I wrote the letter yesterday?
What
would I do then?
This is going to be easy.
Okay, tell me what I do.
So you can take away the I and put an O.
Nice.
And you still need that magic E because that magic E is going to make the O say its name. So then it's wrote.
Very nice. Do you agree with that? Fantastic. Let's read it together. Here's our W. It's our ghost sound. It doesn't make any noise at all. Here we go. Oat. And remember that E is also silent. Great job, super readers. All right, I'm going to let you guys head off to your next job, and we're going to read a sentence together.
All right,
Okay,
we'll see you.
bye.
Okay, bye. All right, super readers, I think you're getting the hang of it. Let's try to read this sentence together. You be on the lookout for those ghost spelling patterns. Here we go. I wrote the wrong date on my test. Good reading. Keep looking for those words that have those ghost letter spelling patterns, and that's going to help your brain to grow strong and get faster at making the right sounds when you're reading. All right, let's go and see what Mrs. Nix has for us today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mrs. Hammock. And yes, I have some high frequency words. We've been practicing them this week. Have you been practicing them at home? Great. Let's go through. There's 6 of them this week to practice. Let's read them together. Question, children, been, there, year, and month. All right. Today, we're going to practice this word, been. Spell it with me. B-E-E-N. Do you see something interesting in that word? Did you want to say bean? That's right. So the E-E is something we have to just kind of learn by heart, right? We have to remember that that says eh. It's not going to follow our usual rules. So been is how we pronounce this word. So let's look at it in a sentence. We have been playing all day. Have you been playing all day? We've been playing all day. Great job. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of practice. I'm going to move over here just a little bit with playing a game. And so you can quickly play a game called tic-tac-toe, and you just need a friend to come on out. So I'm going to have Mrs. Vang come on out today and play tic-tac-toe with me. Which color would you like to be?
You know, I'm gonna choose purple.
All right. So We're going to draw a tic-tac-toe board. It is just 2 lines that go down and 2 lines that go across. And Mrs. Bang, this is a really easy one. You get to choose a word and read it. We're going to just, I'll put this back up here so you can pick which one do you want to read. And if you can read it, you can write it wherever you would like. We're looking to try and get 3 in a row. We have different colors to keep track.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go with, okay, I won't make this hard.
Okay.
Year.
Year. Okay.
Year.
Where do you want to
Year,
write it?
right here. Y-E-A-R, year.
Awesome. I'm going to go with month. M-O-N-T-H.
Month. Okay. How about there? T-H-E-I-R. There.
All right. And I'll do children. C-H-I-L-D-R-E-N.
And Ben. B-E-E-N. Oh, tic-tac-toe!
Awesome job. Okay. So you know what else is awesome? This story that's going to come up, and Mrs. Banks going to help you with some comprehension in just a second.
Rain School by James Rumford. In the country of Chad, it is the first day of school. The dry dirt road is filling up with children. Big brothers and big sisters are leading the way. Will they give us a notebook? Thomas asks. Will they give us a pencil? Will I learn to read like you? Stop asking so many questions and keep up, say the big brothers and big sisters. Thomas arrives at the schoolyard, but there are no classrooms. There are no desks. It doesn't matter. There is a teacher. We will build our school, she says. This is the first lesson. Thomas learns to make mud bricks and dry them in the sun. He learns to build mud walls and mud desks. He gathers grass and saplings with the other children, and they make a roof. Inside, it is cool. It smells of the earth. It smells of the fields ready for planting. Thomas helps bring in little wooden stools. Everyone sits down. This is the moment they have been waiting for. The teacher brings in a blackboard. On it, she writes a letter. A, says the teacher. A, says Thomas with the other children. The teacher writes the letter with big strokes in the air. The students do the same, over and over. Wonderful, says the teacher. She hands out notebooks and pencils. Page 1, says the teacher. Thomas opens his notebook to the first page and holds his pencil ready and waiting. Now write the letter A. Beautiful, says the teacher as she looks at the students' work. Every day, Thomas learns something new. Every day, the teacher cheers him and the other children on. Excellent job, she says. Perfect, my learning friends. The 9 months of the school year fly by. The last day has come. The students' minds are fat with knowledge. Their notebooks are rumpled from learning. Thomas and the other children call out, "Thank you, teacher." She smiles and says, "Well done, my hard-working friends. See you next year." Thomas and the other children race home. The school is empty, and just in time. The big rains have started. The drops come down hard and fast. Strong winds tear at the grass roof. The rain finds its way inside. The school's mud walls are soaked and start to slump. The mud desks, too. Slowly, the school disappears until there is almost nothing left. It doesn't matter. The letters have been learned and the knowledge taken away by the children. Come September, school will start over. Thomas will be a big brother then, leading the children on their first day to school. They will all stand in front of their smiling teachers, ready to build their school again.
Did you guys enjoy that story called Rain School? Now, when I first heard the title Rain School, that was not the visual that I had in my head. And then I started reading and then I went, oh, okay, that's why the title is called Rain School. Wasn't that interesting? Now, as I was reading, it really made me appreciate the school that I have. Now, have you ever built your school every year? I haven't either, but this was an interesting story and I learned so much from the story. So let's go and see what the author wanted us to learn. So here I have my question to think about, and it says, how do the text and illustrations help you understand what the first lesson is about? And then the author said, well, and then I'm going to look at some clues that's going to help me. So it says reread pages 334 to 337, and then we're going to write clues from the text and illustrations that tell what the children are learning. So I have the pages up here for us, and so that I can read the text and look at the illustrations to help in answering this question. So let's quickly look at the text. We'll read it and see what we have learned. So it says, Thomas learns to make mud bricks and dry them in the sun. And on this page, it says he learns to build mud walls and mud desks. So from the text, I learned that Thomas learns to make mud bricks, mud walls, and mud desks. See how I got that from the text? Now, the illustration. So now I'm just going to look at the pictures, right? Or the illustration, the drawings. What do we learn from the drawing? Well, I see, do you see it? I see that the teacher is helping. I see other grown-ups helping. And I see everyone working together. Did you see that? Right? So what did the children learn? Well, the children learned how to build something together. Did you see that? So the text and illustrations help me know that. Are you saying the answer? Oh, I bet you are. The text and illustration help me know that the lesson is about working together. So what was the first lesson that they learned? They learned all about working together. Now, let's go into our writing, because we're going to really be using our story to help us, because our prompt says, what do the children in Rain School learn from their first lesson? And I wrote the topic sentence for you. It says, the children in Rain School learn what it means to build something important together. Remember, we just read that and we just went over that. So now I want you guys to come and to think of details of what they did to help each other build the school. Can you guys do that? And can you use some of the details from our pages earlier? Yes, you can. Oh, I know you guys can do it. Now let's go and listen to a friend who has a book for us that they want us to read.
Good morning. My name is Mrs. McIntosh, and I am a second grade teacher at Thomas Elementary. Today I want to share with you a book called Listen Buddy. It is by Helen Lester, and it is about our little friend here. He's got some really big ears. Well, he has a hard time listening. One time his dad told him to go to the vegetable stand and get some squash. Well, look, he ended up with a huge basket of squash. Then he got a little bigger, and his parents were so proud of him, so they told him he could go off by himself and do a little hop. Well, they gave him all the instructions, but he got to the fork in the road. He didn't know if he should go left or right. I wonder what happens. You're going to have to go check this out at your library to see what happens. It's called Listen Buddy. Thanks for watching Valley PBS.
That was awesome.
Thank you, Mrs. McIntosh, for sharing that story with us.
Yes.
Great. Hey, speaking of ghost letters, I have a joke for you.
Oh, golly. Ricky, I can only imagine that you've been researching this.
Okay, right. Why are ghosts bad liars?
I didn't know that they could lie. I don't know.
Because you can see right through them. Like ghost letters. Like, see,
Okay,
you
that,
see them.
that one was
was a good
actually
one.
pretty good. That was good. Hey, you know what? Thank you so much for watching us today on Valley PBS, and we look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow.
That's right.
Have a great one, and we'll see you then.
Bye.